In this video, we'll be showing you the latest version of a 7-seater from GAC. It's the all-new GS8. We get to take a look at it from the outside as well as inside the car to tinker around and explore the cool tech it has. Hi guys, my name is Don and I'm not a pro driver. So we're here right now at GAC Pasig and I just want to really give a special thanks to Sir Gab and Sam of GAC Pasig for giving me some hints or additional info on the new 2023 GAC GS8. Alright, so here we have the key fob. You have a button here that when you press and then pull this piece up, there we go. Alright, so this houses the physical key, mechanical key, just in case, you know, for emergencies and whatnot. So that's how the key fob looks like on the front and on the back. So here at the top, we have the lock button and then close the windows as well as the sunroof. And then we have the unlock. This also serves as opening the windows if you double tap. Remote start, and then remote open and close the tailgate. And at the top, we have the lock button. So if you press that, there would be indicators that you lock the car. And if you unlock it, then still the same. You would have those indicators. To open the tailgate, double tap and hold, I believe. No, double tap. And that opens, and then you close it, double press. And other than that, you can open the windows and the sunroof, double press or hold unlock button, and it just drops down, right? And you would see that the sunroof opens just a bit to give some air, I guess. And then to close the windows remotely, you just press the lock button, right? All right, so we have the color of the car right now. You can see that it's black. There are actually 4 colors. So they have the green. It's called ink seal green. And then we have crystal white. Then we have moonlight gray. And here we have the elegant black. So just like any other dealership, the color that you want may depend on, you know, the dealership, if it's available in that dealership or not. All right. So it's best to check with their dealership if they have that unit on hand or it can be ordered or whatever. The GS8 is a 7-seater and it is long. So it has a total length of 4,980 millimeters and a height of 1,950 millimeters. So it has a total width of 1,780 millimeters. As you would expect on a 7-seater, the wheelbase is long. It's 2,920. Oh yeah, and it weighs 1,920 kilograms. So the grille here really does pop. It looks robust and has that masculine effect. That's how I'm looking at it. So we have the GAC logo, front and center, proud, right? We have this like lines going downwards to the center. Behind these chrome lines, you will see holes right here. Here on the side, we have the headlights. It's like an assembly. It's one piece and all of them are inside, like the DRLs, the signal lights, the headlamps, everything, the high beam, right? Everything is in here. Yeah, I like how this looks, really. Moving over to the bottom here, we have the plate holder where you screw in your plates. Oh, by the way, the camera, the front camera is located just below this GAC logo, right? Here at the center as well, we have the radar. We have sensors here on each side. And then we have vents. These are actual vents. And then we have like a chin, but it's not really, yeah, it gives me this sporty vibe. I like the look of it. So over on the side, we have the wheels here, and this is a 20-inch rims. The design of it is, well, it's a aluminum alloy. There's 2 colors, so 2-tone color. So we have a silverish effect here, and then there's a darker shade. The tires, by the way, it says here Maxxis. That's the brand, I'm guessing. Victra Sport 5 SUV tires, and it says here it's a 255 50 R20, and we have the GAC logo on each wheel on the center cap, so that's cool. We have disc brakes. So disc brakes here. We have the disc brakes here as well. right? So the suspension here is on the front. It's a McPherson type, and we have the multi-link beam for the rear. So one of the things that I like here on the side, the handles are not chrome, and it just blends into the body. And here we have side mirrors, which has signal lights and a camera. So this folds as well. Oh, by the way, you also will notice that the tint here on the front row passengers, they're not tinted, they're clear. Once you get from the second row all the way to the third at the back, it's tinted by default. I guess we call that the privacy tint. One thing that does make it look different from the other cars that I've been familiar with is this is for like the third row passenger. And look at that, we have a large viewing area from the inside, right? Yeah, that's really large. I mean, comparing it to the second row, of course, it's a bit smaller, but comparing it to other cars, this is big. Right? That's awesome. Here we have the roof rails at the top, right? It's sort of shaped in a way that you can cling on to something, right? You can make your roof rack cling onto it. So front and center here at the back, we have the GAC logo. At the bottom, we have the camera for the rear, right? So we have a camera, and then here's where you place your license plate. We have the button for the power tailgate. There is the GAC badge here, and it says here GS8. Beside that, we have the taillights. Now, the taillights, similar to the headlights, is just one piece, which I really admire that for some reason, because it looks solid and all the complexities happen on the inside of that one piece, right? And then here at the bottom, on this row, you find 4 sensors. And then below that, we have your rear fog lamps, right? And what's impressive to me is these are not fake. They're actually functional. So you have 2 exhaust tips. So this is a frame embedded onto the bumper. You have that on each side. And we have the wiper. We have your additional brake lights at the top, as well as the, shark fin antenna. We would find the fuel cap on the right side of the car, right? The way you would open it is on the driver's side. There's some control there. There's a button. There is a series of buttons or controls. Here at the middle, you would see that there is that fuel icon. So if I press and hold, yeah, you would hear that. Lift it up, and then you would find your gas cap here, right? So the fuel tank is rated to store 65 liters, and the fuel consumption is around 13.2 kilometers per liter, which is really not bad considering the size of the car. For opening the hood, you would find the controls here. Here we have the controls for the fuel cap, right? Just below that, here, it says here pull twice. So when you pull it, there we go. And then we have to pull another one more time. There we go. And then when you lift this up, you're looking at a 2-liter turbocharged gasoline engine, right? It has a 248 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. And it's coupled with an 8-speed automatic transmission. That's a large engine, but when you look at the bay here, the engine bay is so big that it makes the engine, the 2-liter engine, look small. I mean, that's how big the engine bay is. You also have some dampening materials here for, I don't know, noise or heat, washer there. So you have your normal things like oil, and it looks really presentable as well. So that's cool. The way you open the trunk is just a button here. It's like a nipple button. It's just one press. So it opens, and you would hear like a beep or an alarm. Every time the tailgate goes up or down, you would hear that until it stops, and then no more beep. We still have the handle right here at the top. If a person doesn't know that this is a power tailgate system, you might just pull it. I don't think you need this anymore. You have the button here anyway, just close it. Other than that, we have like an emergency latch, right? So here's the icon for it. That's there just in case emergencies doesn't open up, you need to open it. When you close this, it can sense that there is something beneath it or blocking it, so it will stop closing and just move back. So if I close this right now, there we go, right? That's a safety feature. That's a good thing. That's really nice. On the left side, we have a 12-volt socket and 120 watts. splash 120 watts. And then we have like a hook. On the right side, we have lights that's like projecting light towards here. It kind of makes sense because we also have lights for the third row, but when the third row seats are used, the light will be blocked. So there's no more light here. So that's cool. And then when I open this, you are presented with the tools provided by GAC, which has a jack, early warning device, and your tools to help you replace the tires, right? Because you can't access the spare tire here if I just pry it open. There's this thing that you have to twist. The other half is just for your things, for other tools that you might want to have. That's a lot. You can store a lot of things in here, no doubt about it. So that's the trunk, and here we have the donut tire beneath that. Just right under that, we have that donut tire, just to get you to the nearest, vulcanizing shop. There are no official numbers yet on the capacity of the trunk space. In any way, that's the trunk with the third row seats up. If I fold this down, by the way, there are two ways of doing this. One is using the traditional way of, the lever, right? You have this lever thing right here, and it just folds down. But the other way, it's the first time I've actually seen this, you just pull, right? And then there we go. So you have that. The other thing that's cool about this is it's magnetic. So there are magnets here that just makes this handle, it's like being tucked away in place, right? So that's cool. Yeah, I really like that. So that's a cool way of doing it. And of course, if you want to raise it up, just get the handle and then there we go. Yeah. All right. Now with the third row seats folded down, we can guess that it's around 1100 liters or 1200. I don't know. Okay, so to fold the second row seats down, you would use this lever right here. So it's still, yeah, that's it. So it's locked into place. The way you would raise it later on is you have to pull this up again, and then right here on the second row on the passenger side, behind the passenger side, we have this, right? So that's the way you fold it down. With the second row seats down, I'm guessing this is around 2,000, 2,100 liters or so. In any way, just by looking at this is a lot. Yeah, you can store, I don't know, you can transport tents, even a bed would fit in here. For the seats, it's black. If you know me, I prefer it to be like brown leather. But in any way, it feels so good here. The leather is really good. I have to say these are quality leather. So for the first row and second row, they have this like diamond stitching effect, right? In terms of adjustments of the seat, so these are electronic. To move forward, you just push this, and then here you pull to move farther from the dash. So here for your backrest, right, to recline. So yeah, just 4-way. Now let's move on to the driver's side. All right, so here to move forward, right? And then here for your backrest, and then you can adjust the height of the seat here, right? So that's the highest. This is lowest. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. And then here we can adjust, this part of the seat. I'm not sure what it's called, but there's this additional thing. So that's awesome. And then that's on top of raising the seat. And here we have your lumbar support, I believe. So here, this is for the lumbar support, this thing right here. So you'll feel that once you get to sit in here, you'll feel that on your lower back. For the headrest, we have one. So no lock. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 levels of lock. Does this? Yeah. So it doesn't move forward or whatever. So that's the adjustment for the driver's seat and the passenger seat. So here on the second row, we still have that diamond stitching effect for the seats right here. And it's like perforated as well. It's already spacious, but if you want to provide more space or leg room for the third row seats, you can, because you have this metal bar here at the bottom where you can adjust the seat moving forward and then backward. That's the farthest, as well as for the backrest, right? So here you have that. So you can recline. Also for the headrest, we have here at the middle. So we have one level of adjustment. Oh no, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3. So just 3. And then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 4. So same as the first row, right? So that's the adjustments for the second row. So let's move on over to the third row. So the way you get into the third row is just one press of a button, right? So you just push that and then, yeah, that's it. You get into the third row. You can adjust the angle of the backrest, right? So you can extend it all the way, but the problem is that it decreases the trunk space as well, right? So be mindful of that. We have the headrest, so that's just one level of adjustment, right? Yeah, that's just one level. The design of this, you're not getting the diamond stitching anymore, or the diamond effect. It's still soft. So what does it feel like right now to sit on the third row? To be honest, it's like a second row of other cars. So this is my feet, right? So the space you have here under the seat of the second row, I can't place my feet under it, but it's okay because you have a lot of space for your feet. Considering the fact that the adjustment for the second row, they're still comfortable. Look at that leg room right there for the second row, right? That's a lot. Top tether for the ISO fix right here. You can see them there. Right? So you have ISO fixed tethers. Here we have cup holders. There are no charging ports, but you have air vents here at the top. So you have that, and you can close the vent like so. So you have them on both sides. You have here, you have it here and here, and you have seat belts on both sides as well. So the charging port is here. There's the charging port from the trunk, right? Right there. So that will be on that side. There's nothing on this side, but you still have lights. Let me test this out. If I'm using a seatbelt on the third row, what does it feel like? Because usually it's tight on the stomach area, right? Yeah, this is spacious. For a third row, this is really good. I mean, granted, I'm not really that tall, but Asian standards, I'm average. Now, if I were a bit taller, it's not gonna be an issue. Here's like a POV of it. Here are my legs. And here are your vents at the top. There's one there as well. Cup holders. You have one here. Cup holder. And from here, sunroof. It's not on top of you, but it's on top of the second row. Yeah, this is a really impressive third row. I'm impressed. Okay, let's move on to the second row. So the way you do that is you press this, and it does that, right? It does that like 2 action thing. All right, so that's how easy it is to get out from the third row. I like that. You don't have to ask anybody to do that for you. It's still comfortable, more comfortable than the third row, of course, because you have this leg room right here. And even on the middle, if you're a passenger here on the middle, it's not hard because you don't have that tunnel here. In any way, yeah, this is really nice. This is really nice, especially with the sunroof right on top of your head. It really gives you that vibe of it really is spacious. AC vents, you have it here on the sides, just like on the third row. So you have it here. Front row seats, behind that we have pockets. On the center, you have your controls for your AC. You have 2 USB ports and then a phone holder, or I don't know, a compartment of some sort. Just a window test, right? So here you have that. So we have one touch going up and down. On the side of the door, we have speakers. Then we have this, like, I don't know, plastic garnish thing. And then we have ambient lighting. So we have ambient lighting and then additional speakers and bottle holders and another compartment area. So here we have ISO fixed tethers as well. So here, ISO fix, right? So we have 3 seat belts on the second row, left, right, and then middle, right? We have your center armrest with cup holders. So this is the AC control. So to turn it off, that's the middle button. Then we have the auto to turn it on, and then we have increasing temperature, decreasing temperature. Here's the blower, right? Can I turn it on without pressing auto? Oh, I can. Okay, so if it's off, I can just press the blowers right there. And then we have controls here. This is where, yeah, I don't know which row affects this because I can hear something from the third row. Is there something coming out from the seats here? No, there isn't. Okay, so, or I might be missing something. And anyway, so there is that, which means there is supposed to be air coming towards your feet and your face. And then here is on your feet, here's on your face. So the air conditioning controls here on the second row is independent from the first row. So it controls the third row as well. So this is what controls that, because I can hear the vents. If I close the vent here and here, I can hear the vents getting louder on the third row. You can turn it off here completely, the AC, and still have AC on the first row, right? So that's cool. So this is really independent from the first row. Yeah, it really is comfortable here. There is a lot of space. Well, we already know that you could adjust your seat. Everything here is built for comfort. Your visibility on the cluster as well as on the infotainment system, it was well thought of. On the doors, we have like leather. We have like a plastic thing here that is surrounding the speakers. And then at the bottom, you have speakers as well. We have controls for your windows, right? So I'll talk about the controls later on. And anyway, it does feel safe here. Even though it's big, you can feel safe. Well, first of all, you can see airbags here. Airbag on the A pillars. You have one on the B pillars as well on the C pillars. Well, I do know that there should be some airbags here at the front. So one of the things that you cannot miss is the 14.6-inch display. I mean, it's gorgeous, all right? It's big. Here's the iPad for reference. It's larger than the iPad, so it's like an iPad Pro or something, right? On the cluster, you have a 7-inch digital screen here. I don't know, there is this graphical screen on the middle and then lights, indicators on the side. It's not a full screen like you have on the infotainment system. Okay, so here we have the AC vents. We have one here on the left side of the driver, right? Or just below the infotainment screen, right? So you have one here on the other side for the passenger. On the right side, you have that for the passenger as well. Speaking of the vents, we have AC vents on the seats. So these are ventilated. So if I go to infotainment system, we just press this button right here at the far right, and then we see the ventilation here. So we can set 2, 1, or 3, or you could set it to smart. And then also for the passenger side. So here is for the driver, here's for the passenger. For me, this is something that's new. The ventilated seats are not just on the seat, but also on the backrest, right? So that's cool. Okay, so on the center at the top, we have the dome lights. Yeah, so here we have dedicated light for me. Here's the switch for it. Here we have a dedicated light for the passenger. So here is for the sunshade, these two buttons. This is closing it and then opening it, all right? So that's it. And then here we have your light for all of them, right? Here is for, it lights up when there is a door open. There we go. So if I open that, it should, nothing happens. So it's a bit different to what I'm used to. Usually I press this so that it activates, right? Or it's enabled. But here, to make it enabled, then you just leave it on. Or it's not pressed. Here at the middle, we have for your moonroof. So here we go. Okay, there we go. So here is for the glass part that opens the glass part. And then here we have your sunglasses, something for your sunglasses. We have like a notch or something that houses the sensors. It's for the auto wiper function and other things. And then we have your auto dimming rear view mirror here. So that's, well, it's there. Here we have the visors. So this is nice because you don't see any lights anywhere yet until you open this up. See? That's awesome, right? You only get to see the light once you are using the mirror. So we have the glove box here and it opens like so. So it opens soft, but you have to pull it. There is this toggle that you have to pull. On the dashboard here on the side, you have this glossy panel. Some might like it, some might not. You know, you see this GS8 thing. It's actually a light and it depends on your ambient lighting. I think this is so much better at night. I mentioned earlier, we have the vents right here. In between that, you can find the hazard button. So here's the hazard button, right? And below that, you have two buttons. One is for like a defogger or at the front. So yeah, you could feel it here somewhere, right? Yeah, that's it. And then here we have auto. What auto does is It's still an AC function. Now you can feel it here instead of the one at the front. Whoa, okay. And then just below that, we have your wireless charger and then just something to put your wallets and whatnot, right? So here is your wireless charger. Should charge. There we go. Below that, we have your shift knob right here. We're on neutral right now. We have reverse. And it automatically turns on the AVM when you're on reverse. Now, if I put it on neutral and then go to drive, that's how you shift it, right? And then here we have your park button for the shifter. So this is how you do it. Press, and then it goes into P, right? So below that, we have the start and stop engine button. And then here we have the drive mode. So here, yeah, there we go. So you can hear that sound. So here, let me turn this off first. It's just like a flip switch. You can put it up or down. That's it. And then you would hear that sound. So right now we're on sport, and then it goes to comfort, and then eco, current mode. Yeah, okay, so then you have different settings as well on eco, comfort, and then sport. All right, I kind of like this, to be honest. I really do. I'm just not sure if when you're driving, because we can't drive, right? If you're navigating or something and then you want to shift modes, will it override your screen? So I guess we'll find out, right? So here we have your park brake and then auto hold. And then here we have your AVM button. So this is a button dedicated for the AVM. So if I press this now, it actually gives me the AVM, right? That's actually cool. I like having the AVM button on its own space, right? That's cool. Well, it's covered, but if I press this right now, so that's your cup holders. So there are two of them right there. So this is your armrest, and usually below that we have your compartment. The way you open it is you press this button and it opens up like so. So yeah, that's big. Can this fit in? So yeah, that can fit an iPad diagonally. Yeah, this is big. And then we have a key icon, right? So I believe this is something for the emergency starting if your key fob is low on battery and you need to start the engine. All right, so here we have a big shelf right here, or compartment. Actually, we can fit in an iPad like so. Here we have USB port 1 and then USB port 2. Yeah, so we have a cigarette lighter right there for your 12-volt socket. So here on the driver's side, we have specific controls found on the left side that you can only access as a driver. Earlier, I mentioned the fuel cap, right? And here we have your tailgate button. And then this is where you get to set your headlight level. And then here we have a compartment for, I don't know, coins. On the driver's side, we have the controls where you can find the adjustment for the side mirrors, right? So here at the top, you can see that it's folding the mirrors both on this side and then on the passenger side, right? So if I flip this and then, yeah. The other thing is you can set, so there is this thing where you could toggle which side. So here you could see that it's adjusting this mirror. And here, you could see that it's adjusting that mirror, right? So that's adjusting the mirror. Here we have the lock. Right now, it's useless because the door is open. Okay, here, right? So that's for the windows, and each passenger has them. So this is behind the driver. Here's for behind the passenger side, and here's for the passenger. And then here is your window lock, so that any of your passengers won't be able to open them. So those are the controls. So here we have the light switch. Hold on, let me turn on the DRL first. We have the DRLs right now. And if I would auto, right now it's off, now it's auto, right? It goes into park light automatically. So I guess it determines whether or not it's just on DRL or PED light. If I turn it off right now, it's on DRL, and I switch a signal light like so. That's what it looks like. Okay, and here's another one, right? And then here is auto. Here's signal light, signaling left, and then signaling right. All right, here is park light, signaling left, and then signaling right. All right, and then this is high beam. There we go. So if I high beam, hold on. If I high beam, signal left, and then signal right. All right, that's for the front. Let's go to the rear. All right, so for the rear, we have, this is right now it's off. And then if I brake, that's brake, signaling left, and then signaling right. Okay, now if I put it on auto, signaling left, and then signaling right. And then here is with brake, signaling left, and then signaling right. All right, that's on auto. Now, if I put it on park light, this is signaling left, and then signaling right. Step on the brake, here's signaling left, and then signaling right. Right? And then here we have low beam, right? So here is signaling left, here is signaling right. Okay, if I brake, step on the brake, here is signaling left, and then signaling right. All right, and then here we have your rear fog lamps, right? So if I turn this on right now, there we go. So if I signal left, and then signal right, so that's how it looks like. And then here we would brake, signal left, and then signal right. All right, so if I want to turn it off again, it just twist upward for the rear fog lamps, right? And then here, turn it all off altogether. All right, there we go. We have the wiper stick here, but if I just want to have a mist, that's how you do that. It automatically goes to off. And then if I want to put it on auto, here it's auto. And then once it's on auto, we get to the part where this is the sensitivity knob, right? It wipes once it detects there is water. That's what makes it automatic. It wipes once it senses there is water. Now, there's this sensitivity part. This is that knob right there. The more water drops there are, the more sensitive it is. So it doesn't mean that it detects water like a drizzle or whatnot. It wipes automatically. You have to set the sensitivity here. So that's how it works. Now, if I go to low, here's low. It just is wiping in low speed in some way, okay? And then this is high, right? There we go. And then here is for the rear, but I just turn it on like so, right? And if I go beyond that, here, there are these washing things. So that's the part of how you wash. If it's on, and if you want to wash it, there is this, you have to toggle it one step further. Okay, so I'll be showing you something because the wipers right now, you can't raise them all the way here, right? You will damage this part of the hood. So that's not good, right? So if I start the car right now, because right now it's off. So if I start the car, right? And I turn it off, here's how you do it. So I would turn off the car right now, raise this up. There we go. You can see that it's in maintenance mode. From here, you can raise the wipers and then replace the wipers, change it, whatever. So that's how you would change your wipers. First of all, there is an adjustment for reach and height. So you can adjust the height of it and your reach, right? First, this is leather wrapped. It's really nice. We have paddle shifters as well. So here's what it sounds like. All right. So here's how you would adjust the volume, right? The switch right here on the right side. And here is the voice control. So here at the bottom, it will say speech recognition in progress. How cool is that? So I would say, open my window.
Open window.
There we go, right? So that's cool. I mean, here's what's even cooler. If I bump up the volume, right? Open my window.
Open window.
It can still hear me even if there is background music. Okay, that's impressive, right? So here, another one. Close the sunroof.
Close sunroof.
There we go. Awesome! Here is another thing. Eject passengers. This switch right here that moves the volume is actually a toggle between modes. So here, if I just press this, radio, and then music. So it just cycles through the modes. And then here we have seeking buttons to go next track or previous track, right? So this is going to the previous track, right? And then here's next track. And then here is if you have phone. So this is what appears. It gives me like options to connect via Bluetooth, right? Your phone, at least. You have your cruise controls here, or this is how you would control your cluster right there, right? So there are different views, and you would see these buttons right there, or like indicators, right? That's how you get to your information. So you have your throttle sensitivity, and then you have like a more minimal view of things, and then here's another view. Here's just what's weird. I don't know what's happening here, but these are these PSI values and the Celsius. They should be for wheels, but right now I can only see the front right side value. Here you have seatbelt indicators. So there are seatbelt indicators there as well. This is for the first row, right? This is the passenger. And then here on that part, we have the second row seat. So here's one. That's what you will see once there is, you know, the seatbelt is on, right? So here is on the middle, right? So that's on the middle. And then what will it display once all of the seatbelts are on? So here we go. Here's the last one. There we go. All right. So all of them turn white. So that's the indicator that your passengers are wearing seatbelts. So here we have the infotainment system, and it really looks like an iPad Pro, right? The UI is, well, I kind of like the UI because it looks like a tablet. You have recording here, and then I don't know what's this icon. Oh, wireless charging. So if I put my phone here and it charges, there we go. So it's charging green, right? And then we have Bluetooth connect, and then Wi-Fi connect to Wi-Fi, whatever. So it's like your status bar on your phones. That's cool. What else do we have here? So we have speech recognition, which I demonstrated earlier. And then we have maps here, travel. So that's like Waze or something. I'm not sure if it works here in the Philippines, but you know, it's something to try out when we're going to be test driving this, right? That's something to try out. So we have widgets here on the side, right? So that's cool. I really like this. It's like your shortcuts. So there we go, Bluetooth call. So yeah. Anyway, here is home with your everything here, and then you have your this is for your climate control, quick warm, and then here we have maps again, like so it's the same thing. We go to apps here. It's like a Windows icon, right? Here at the bottom, and then we have all your apps. So we have GAC Navi. So I guess that's the same app as the one earlier. And then here's music. So right now, if I tap on music and then I tap on media source, I just inserted USB to my flash drive, right? We can see all the music as a playlist. If I go to files, here are my files. That's music. Oh, by the way, music, here's how it sounds. Right? So it does have a lot of speakers here. So it's the number of speakers in the car is 8, and it sounds good. Next to music, we have radio, and then, well, I showed that to you earlier, and then Bluetooth phone call, settings, and then My Car. So My Car 3D, here it is. This is the, how should I call this? It's controls for the car. So right here, it says left window, right? And then one touch open. There we go. So you can control the windows here, close it, one touch. Just like in the tailgate, if I want to close this right now and I block my hand, so it doesn't really force to close. It senses there is something obstructing its way and it will stop it and just move back. It doesn't close all the way though. It just gives you enough room to get your hand out of there. Anyway, going back to here, I know why they have this because here, it says here, open side window. So if I press this, all windows open. See? All windows open, right? All at the same time. So here, if I tap on close side window, it closes every window. There we go. That's awesome, right? You could open the sunroof. If I tap on that, and then it says here, all sunshade open, just sunshade. So if I open that, oh, right now it's open. So let me close it first. So here's the cool thing. So it closes from that point to this point all the way. See that? It doesn't stop midway. All right, so now it's closed. I've opened this. There we go. So it doesn't open midway. It opens the whole way. That's awesome. It says here, breathe. If I tap on this, this is the glass part. See here. It just does that. If I tap on breathe again, so it closes. So here you could also control the glass part with touch, right? So here, let's say I want it open this way. Then let go, and it opens Awesome! Here we have drive cabin. Here I can adjust the side mirror as well here, so that adjusts that. In a way, it's just a software way of doing things. I don't know why you would want to do it here because this is more convenient, but it's cool. It's nice seeing the UI here. Is it useful? I don't know. Here you can fold as well and then unfold. There we go. The next tab, we have light effect. Now, I think you've been noticing the colors here already. So right here, this is all the way interior ambient lighting, right? This is the lighting, ambient lighting here, as well here on the side of the center console. We also have one here at the front. We also have one here at the second row. And then here we have colors. So this is how you choose the colors. And then I let go. So right now it's like pinkish purple. And then if I tap red, and then here is like orange, yellow, orangey yellow, and then yellow, and then purple, light purple, and so on, right? And then, of course, you have music mode. If I'm playing music, am I playing music? Yeah, so I'm playing music right now. If I tap on music, it will change. It should. There we go. So it's pulsating or changing its color depending on the music, right? The other thing is speed mode. So speed mode, I think this is drive mode, not speed mode. See, right now it's green. Now if I put, let's say, I don't know, change the drive mode, comfort, it's like pink and it's pulsating. And then I have red, so that's sport. And then comfort, again, like pink, and then going back to eco mode, now it's all green. So that's the My Car 3D. And now we have the AVDC here. Yeah, that's a driving mode. And then here we have parking image. So this is your 360 camera view. So this is 3D, right? There we go, right? Next is videos and albums. So this is, again, from USB 2, we have photos here. If I tap on photos, there we go. We can see all my image files. So this is how it looks like. You know, this is from my USB drive, right? So we can just swipe to see all the images, right? So that's how the image viewer, and then you have like a slideshow. So it will sort of just fade in, fade out to the next image, right? And then going to the video. So here's a video. So this is a really poor quality video, but this is how the video player looks like. So you have the volume here, and then you have your scrubber here. Quick guide. So this is your quick guide. So I think this is like how to use the infotainment system, how to use the UI. So next, all that, right? So I'll just hit exit here. And going to DVR. Now this is interesting because the DVR, it makes me believe that it can record something. Yeah, you have all 4 cameras, right? It's like a fisheye, GoPro, whatever. But here, if I tap on settings, look at that, recording switch. Right now it's disabled, maybe because there is no memory card or something. Here we have album, loop the video, lock the video, photo. See here, it says no memory card. I'm not sure if one of the USB ports will be used for, I don't know, let's say you have maybe a 5 terabyte hard drive. So let's move on to the settings of the car. So here we have settings, right? So here we have drive assist, accessories, display, sound effect, general settings. So let's go first to drive assist. Here we have driving notice and memory. So record, yeah, you can record your driving. It's like a built-in dash cam of some sort. All right, so here we have your driving assist, which is your steering mode, light, comfort, sport, right? You have that option, lane departure assist. Yeah, we have speed sign notice. So this is like a traffic sign recognition of some sort. We have smart speed control. So that's what it does. Front collision warning, distance setting of forward collision warning, distance setting of forward collision warning. And then we have active brake assist, smart parking assist. Now moving over to accessories, we have remote lock, we have auto lock. So smart auto lock. And so this is for your key fob, right? Here, when you're far away from the car, it will lock itself, or it will unlock when you approach it. Auto door lock, so that's over 24 kilometers. So it auto locks once you get to 20 kilometers per hour. Smart tailgate, electric tailgate. So no wonder there is that handle at the back. You can close the tailgate without the electric function or the power function, right? So here we have smart high beam, auto fold, and unfold the side mirrors. So if this is on, then if I turn it off and lock the car, then it will fold itself, right? So that's cool. Auto wiper, this is where it senses the auto wiping function. wiper maintenance mode. Oh, okay, so I didn't have to do that. I can just tap this, it will, like so, right? So you don't have to turn off the vehicle and put the stick to mist or something. You have that button right there, and right now it's in maintenance mode. Auto close windows with the car lock. Okay, AC, auto mode, intelligent control, auto shift, backup, exhaust wiper. Okay, yeah, I don't know what that does. Comfort curve. These are for AC settings, all right. So we have self-drying as well. Cool. Display settings. Dashboard screen. So this is the dashboard here. There we go. AC display period for 5 seconds. Remember the AC, when you tap on this, there is like after 5 seconds it just disappears, right? So you have that option right there, how long it will stay on the screen. Cluster, volume, medium, high. Does it have volume? I don't know. Anyways, fuel consumption unit. So we have liters per 100 kilometers, right? And then we have mpg, GB, and then US. I don't know what that does. So we have temperature unit, pressure unit, bar or PSI, cluster, KPA as well, sorry. And then we have cluster backlight. Please turn on cluster backlight to adjust. Okay, so there. Okay, so I need to put it on park light first, and then it adjusts itself, right? So that's the lowest, and then this is the brightest. There we go. All right, and then we have your restore default sound effect. All right, so we have media volume, navigation, phone, 3D EQ. If it's all, then we have this, right? And then if it's off, then we can set the treble, alto, bass, and then we have your fader and whatnot, and you can center it, whatever. What is this? GALA, lock, unlock, whistle note. Here we have retro, right? We have, this is your feedback in some way. Whenever you tap on something, yeah, that's the sound that it makes. Interface, sound effect, that could be something other than this screen. There could be other things that has sound effects. Might as well turn it on, right? General settings. All right, so basic settings, yeah, of course, time, date, sync time with GPS, time format, time zone, language, system info. So here is the current system version, right? Storage space. Again, I think this is where you could store, I don't know, you could transfer files, media files onto the infotainment screen. This is the internal space for the infotainment system, for media files and whatnot. All right, that's a lot of settings, right? EasyCon is like, so it says here, CarBit link. There is no CarPlay. So here I have downloaded the app. So it's here on this phone. And what this will do is just mirror the phone. So it's connecting. So this is what you see when it's connecting, right? Yeah, there we go. So here it says here, please connect to your mobile device via Bluetooth. Okay. All right. So mirror screen. There we go. So here, start broadcast. So it's like Apple AirPlay, wherein you're broadcasting your phone to the screen. And anyway, you can't control it from here. You have to control it from here on the phone. So if I go to Waze right now, there we go. This is landscape view. So yeah. So here you have to tap, right? You can't interact with this screen, even though it's a multi-touch display. You have to do everything on your phone. So it's more for visuals rather than anything else, right? It's just mirroring your phone. Let's go back to home. And beside that, we have a car. Here we have your driving assist. Look at that. So here we have the controls for ESP on. So these are like your controls, right? ESP, of course not. Hill descent control, lane departure warning, front collision warning, right? And then here we have, it's the same thing as toggling, you know, the drive modes here on the center console. Here we have low. These are your AC controls. Here I have controls for here. So it's dual climate, one for the passenger, one for the driver. So here we can see that. Now the blowers are the same and they're touch. This is how you use it. And then here is your vents. It's at the front, in your face, and on your feet, something like that. And look at this. It says here it's purifying air already. Air purification. I can't do anything there. So sync, that would sync the two temperatures for the passenger and the driver. And then we have auto off, recirculating air. This is for defogging at the front, defogging at the back. And here we have rear zone. So here I can turn on the AC. Remember, we have the controls on the second row. So if I turn this on right now, rear zone, and then on, there we go. You can hear that. So that's both for the rear, for the third row and the second row, right? The vents found on the top. So that you can control that from here. So that's cool. If I turn it off, it's off. Now we have scenes. So that's quick cooling and quick form. And then here we have at the bottom is the vents again for your AC here. Can I change that? So here. Okay. So it's at the front. This one is for the front. And then recirculating air again. So all of this is AC controls. And then here we have again your ventilated seats control. What else do we have? Oh, these are the scenes for the temperature, right? So that's the scenes right here. I never thought that I would see a car that would want me to buy another car, because we just bought one recently. This one really caught my attention. Of course, it's just half of the review, and I really wish I had a chance to test drive this. But I talked to the agents, Sam. She will contact me if there is an available test drive, so stay tuned for that. In any way, this right now has so many features that I cannot demonstrate to you. So I'll just list them here, and probably that's something that we need to test while we're driving, like the adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, lane departure warning. So the current price of this is $2,298,000 up until March 31st. So that's their introductory price for the GS8. And moving forward, it would be $2,398,000. So that will be the SRP from April of 2023. So this comes with a 5-year warranty or 150,000 kilometer, whichever comes first, right? The first PMS is free, so that would be 3 months or 5,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. So those are some of those after sales things that you get. After the first PMS, according to the dealer, the average cost for the PMS, moving forward would be like 7,000 Philippine pesos. And again, I really want to give a special thanks to Sir Gab for hooking us up with Sam, who was really entertaining the whole time that we were here. So to the very knowledgeable Sam Yap of GAC Pasig, thank you very much. If you are interested in taking a look at the GS8 here at Pasig, the contact details will be somewhere on the screen and in the description below. Again, thank you so much. Hanggang sa ulitin, kita kits.